tithes and offerings. Please give generously to Human Relations Offering. Thank you very much.
Let us prepare our hearts and minds for pastoral prayer. Father, as we come remembering those who access to replay to lift up them in their needs. The burdens and the cares that they carry on their shoulders from day to day, the concerns they have in their hearts. But we come thanking you, O gracious Father, for all that you blessed us with. And ask that you continue to lead us, guide us, and protect us. Give us willing hearts, O gracious Father, that we may be willing to accept your will in our lives, that we allow you to shape and mold us into what you have us to be. We come at you and remember those that desire to come this morning for many reasons. We're not able to assemble in this place. We ask that you simply stretch out your arms around them and remind them that you're still God and that you have all power. So we ask you to remember the ministries of this church and other churches and continue to remember those who committed themselves to give leadership in those areas of ministry. Continue to give them that vision, O gracious Father, that they may use your vision to draw others unto your ministries, and that may use ministries to be beneficial to your children and those searching and needing that reassurance that you are still God. Help us, O gracious Father, as we come to celebrate Human Relations Day, to express love to those who are less fortunate than us. Help us, O gracious Father, to express their love in such a meaningful way that they may feel our love for them through you. Is our prayer. Amen. You heard the word commitment in Reverend Crowell's prayer. We heard the word commitment over and over in our Sunday school class this morning. We heard the word commitment as we've talked about charity ministries of this church. We ask that you keep the word commitment, whether it's a commitment to the financial aspect of the church, commitment to implementing ministries. Please keep that word commitment before you at all times. We are remembering our commitment as we prepare for the offering and tithes. As we prepare to do that, may we bow our heads for a moment. O Lord our God, how precious is each person you created in your image. We can never give an accounting of the true worth of a human being. You alone know how highly you value every person. The price of redeeming the world cost the life of your Son. Help us to be people who restore relationships. Use us and our offerings to fulfill the mission of your church. We pray in the name of Christ our King. Amen. beyond my faults and saw my needs. Let us pray. Loving, caring God, we come with humble hearts, thanking you for all that you've blessed us with individually and collectively. But we come needing you to walk with us and lead us and guide us daily. At the words of my mouth, meditation of my heart, be accepted in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Amen. In John, the 2nd chapter, the 1st through the 11th verse. A miracle of healing miracle. This is the first of 7 signs that John's Gospel records about Jesus' earthly ministry. 6 of these signs are simply parallel to each other and to the in the other Gospels. 3 of the signs are kind of different in wording in the synoptics. There is the healing of this royal ruler's son, who Jesus never actually went to his home, but simply spoke the word. There is the miracle of the feeding of the great crowd of individuals, where this lad shared his personal lunch that all may be able to have a meal that day. There is the miracle at midnight when Jesus comes walking on the water, when his disciples are disturbed and nervous about this storm approaching them upon the sea. Then there are 3 other miracles of a healing of a blind man. Jesus asked him, "What would you have me to do for you?" And he gives him his sight. Then there's the miracle of the paralyzed man, who did not request it himself, but his friends believed if we could simply get our friend to Jesus. And you know the story. They cut a hole in the roof of the building and lowered him down just to get him to Jesus. Then there is the miracle of Lazarus, who has been in the grave by now 4 days, and his sister said, "Now Jesus, if you just had been here, my brother would not have died." And then we come to the first of the signs where Jesus actually turns water into wine. One writer says no one really asked Jesus to turn it into wine, but his mother said, "The wine has run out, you need to do something here." But the story John tells us is this is on the day of the wedding feast, when trouble tends to start always on the 3rd day. Now Jesus had been in the grave for 3 days, and trouble was about to start. With the earthly Messiah you sent us has not worked, for we understood him to be the Messiah, but it has not worked. It's been 3 days. Now what are we to do? It's been 3 days at the wedding feast, and they began to run out of wine. And Jesus' mother says, "They are running out of wine. Do something." One writer says, we tend to always panic when the 3rd thing occurs. For it's all right for it to rain just a little bit, but if it rains for 3 days, we begin to panic. It's okay if it only happens once or twice, but when it happens the third time, we begin to wonder, now what's going to happen next? Well, it was okay when the first came to Jesus and his disciples denied him the first time. It was okay. No one panicked. But then he denied him a second time. And they began to wonder, now is he really with me? And the third time, the rooster crowed. The writer says it's always the third time that panic began to set in. And John says it's the third day for the wedding feast. And Jesus' mother expected him to do something. One writer said it's all right to miss church 1 or 2 times. But when the third time comes, it begins that one forgets about church. Rather than panicking, it becomes comfortable not to be involved with the body of Christ. But John says it's the third day. And Jesus' mother expects him to do something. One writer said, well, human expectation. She had some human interest in what was about to occur on the third day. But Jesus responds that my goal is to fulfill my Father's will. My time has not arrived. One writer said, he said, just hold on. My Father is in control. Just hold on. Just wait. As one writer says, just tie a knot in the end of the rope, because God never lets his own down. But you have to understand, Jesus and his mother is reinterpreting the marriage celebration in terms of trying to determine what is the relationship here with my Father's will. For I'm waiting for my Father to tell me how I need to react to help them to understand who is in control. That the changing of the water into wine is really saying who is in control. That the earthly need at the moment was wine, but the heavenly need was them to believe that God has what they need. One of us said they needed wine right then, and God fully understood that they needed wine, but it was your wine is not the kind of wine I have prepared for you. So your earthly wine will run out, but my son's blood will sustain you forever. See, that's what the writer is saying. Jesus' mother was concerned about earthly things, but Jesus was concerned about heavenly things and pointing back to his Father. My Father has what you need if you just wait on him. But you need not panic. All this the third day. Resurrection is about to take place if you believe I am God. For the Roman ruler believed that there was something special about Jesus, that he could just speak the word and his son would be healed without even arriving at his house. That this man, Father, is in control. And if I put my trust in the Son to get to the Father, or whatever the Son asks, the Father will ask. And see the blind man, just give me my sight. That's all I want. If you give me my sight, I can do some things for myself. If you just give me my sight, if you give me my sight, I can tell somebody that one day I was blind, but now I see. It's not because of me, but it's because of him who had pity on me and had enough faith to give me my sight, that I could tell the world that he's made all the difference in my life. See, it wasn't just making wine. It was about supplying them with what they needed. And at the moment, they needed wine. So he said, and Lazarus' sister understood the power that Jesus had. She said, if you had just been here, you could have made all the difference. If you had just arrived 3 days earlier, my brother wouldn't have died. He simply tells us, show me where you lay. I fully understand that I'll see him in the resurrection, but he says, no. Whatever I ask my Father in his name, he will do. If you believe in the Father. They weren't just about changing water into wine. It was about pointing them back to the Father, who would supply them with whatever they need, if they believe. It was just that day they needed wine. The man who was paralyzed, he tried all other things to try to get him ability to walk again. But his friend said that we can just get you to Jesus. We know a man that we can just get you to him. He can make all the difference in your life. One writer says they had to put forth an effort. They couldn't bring him in the front door. They couldn't bring him in the back door. They couldn't get him in one of the side doors because the crowd was too large. And one says that we can just lower him to the feet of Jesus. He needed to walk. And he had enough faith to believe that if he get to Jesus, he would give him what he needed. And that day he needed to walk. Just as the blind man, that day he needed to be able to see. And that was that crowd on the seashore who needed to eat. And he said, if you would just share, somebody in this crowd ought to share. And they found this little lad who had fish and loaves. And he blessed them. And they had food left over. Well, I said, he not only will bless you with what you need, he has even more than what you need. So you need not be greedy with the Lord you have. You need not try to hold back, trying to save only yourself. If you're free with you will be free with you. And He knows what you need before you can even put it into words. If you just believe in the Father, He will surely supply you with your needs. If you're open to believe in Him. Now, wedding celebrations have no more the same meaning after that day. They fully understand now it's a relationship, but that's all God is wanting, to have a relationship with us. He's wanting to be a part of our lives. You see, people we have relationships with, we are a part of their lives, and they are part of ours. And the relationship makes all the difference in our lives. Let us pray. Lord, help us not only to believe in you, but to have a relationship with you. And have a relationship in such a meaningful way that we share with you and you share with us, that you may be able to use us today, that your ministries may grow, and that we may be able to draw others unto you because of our faith and trust and relationship that we have with you. Is our prayer. Let us stand and sing hymn number 369 as we stand and sing with those churches open. between us while we're absent, one from another. Bind us all together, give up the arms of love and protection. Let us all say.